Yo producers, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna make a remake of the Maddix Trill track, so it's gonna be heavily inspired from the Maddix Trill track. I'm gonna be working on the breakdown, the drop, and the most of the synth works, and for that, I'm gonna use only Vital. Recently, Rocket Powered Sound sent me their new Vital pack. It's called Famous for Vital, and the pack contains more than 210 presets. All the sounds in the pack is really iconic from EDM tracks such as Martin Garrix, Marshmello, Illenium, Fisher, and you will find tons of just release ready sounds in the pack. And with this pack you can make festival ready, main stage ready tracks, and for a limited time only, if you use the link in the description, you can get 30% of discount. Enough talking, if you're ready, let's get into that tutorial. Okay, we are gonna start by writing the Reese Bass, because when you're making the break section, the best thing to do is start with the Reese Bass. So this is the pack, guys. I already spent some time and favored several sounds in the pack. And now we are searching for some hover bassline that we can use as the Reese Bass. This sound is pretty dope. So probably I'm gonna use this one. Maybe we can just quickly write the main bass line first. So the Maddix Trill track was on G minor. Let's make sure our scale locked to G minor. Adding drive in the macros, giving some cool character to the sound. I'm gonna keep it, but probably it's best if we cut the high frequencies so we got space for the rest of the elements. And even we can just give a little bit of overdrive. And let's lower the volume now. Yeah, that sounds good so far. So probably now we can write the main melody. Let's call it break lead this time and send it to next channel. But before I write the melody, probably it's best if we go to the Reese Bass and make the pitch bend 12 in here. And let's make sure it's 12 in the FL Studio sampler as well. And I'm gonna just choose the area like that. Just move the pitch bend once. Tool, last week, create automation clip, because as I remember in the Maddix track, we got some glide in the bass line somewhere around here when it's going to the D sharp from G. So maybe we can just quickly recreate that moment. And it's best if we give a little bit of glide in here. And I'm gonna just duplicate this once. So we got the same movement 2 times. And yeah, now we can go to the lead section. Let's add a new pattern, call it lead. So in here, I'm searching for a really sovish, plucky, crisp lead layer. Let's search for it. Let's go to pack and assign it as the style. So we can just take a look to the leads. That's exactly the sound I'm looking for. Let's favorite it, not to forget in the future. And now I'm gonna write the melody. So as I remember, we have some melody like that. And in the last part, it was going some other direction. Yeah, as I remember, the main melody sounds like that. Let's cut the low frequencies. So I'm not even gonna saturate or process the signal since it's really decent and sound really proper and big. So the main foundation of the break is like that. We got the bass, we got the crispy, soft, plucky lead. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna add a flex because I like to create a mimic kind of similar sound with the choir the Maddix track has. So it's really easy to create that kind of sounds. All you gotta do is just copy the MIDI from the bass. Let's put it the higher octave first. Then we are gonna copy one more octave and we are gonna copy the fifth. So we got some chords like that. And we are gonna add a gross beat and we will go to the Transgate 1 preset. And I'm gonna give it some reverb. So the Transgate is going to be a little bit more smooth. And after that, we can just cut the low frequencies. Sounds good so far. Let's clone this pattern and let's call it pads because I like to layer a pad beneath to cover more frequencies in the background. And let's clone the Vital again and let's send it to some empty channel, call it pad. So I'm gonna just copy paste the same MIDI that I'm using for my choir and let's go find the pads. So we got several pads in the pack. I can definitely use this one. Let's cut the lows. And also I'm gonna cut the highs again. So I'm just gonna push the pad really back off. And I think the break is sound really proper. Now we can work on the drop sounds. Okay, I'm gonna use this kick. And let's send the kick to its channel, call it kick. And I'm gonna use another kick as the top kick. I'm only gonna use the click part of it. This is what I usually do. I go for a main kick drum, then I just layer it with another kick that has a nice click. So it's one of the good ways to layer your kick drums. So maybe I can lower its volume from here. And I'm gonna apply some overdrive to the kick. So with overdrive, it becomes more powerful and cover more frequencies, but we are going to need to EQ the kick. Since I apply some saturation and overdrive to the sound, it tends to get a little bit muddy on these frequencies, this low mid area. And I'm always monitoring the waveform and making sure it still looks like a kick when I'm EQing the track. That's why you can just load this beautiful oscilloscope. It's from a stock preset. It's inside of the FL Studio in the Wave Candy. So you should use it and always monitor the waveforms. And since I have the top kick, maybe I can just dip a little bit of the click from the main kick. And let's get rid of the low frequencies of the top kick. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the kicks, but now we are going to need to write the rumble, generate our main bass. We are going to layer it with a rolling bass, but still I like to have a rumble that covers the very sub frequencies. So let's create a new channel. Let's call it rumble, and probably we don't even need to send the top kick to there. Maybe we can only send the main kick. So here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load my rumble maker. Let's make the volume full and let's make the rumble totally mono. And I'm not gonna use any delay and I'm not gonna use any sidechain because I'm gonna apply my own sidechain like that. So let's first hear how it's gonna sound. It's gonna be really loud. Let's be careful. And after that, all I'm gonna do is apply some high cut. Probably I can do it like in 100 Hertz. And once we're happy with the rumble, we are going to go to the mapping of the plugin and make sure we are not sending any dry information. So the rumble channel is going to be only like the wet signal. Now it should sound really proper. Let's take a look. And I'm gonna shorten the kick, so we got more space for the rumble and for the bass. Since we are feeding the rumble channel with the kick sound, the length of the kick is really matters. It's going to change the whole vibe of the rumble. So always make sure that you are giving enough time to tweak all the variations and find the best possibilities that works for you. And probably now we can create a kick bass bus. And I'm gonna send the rumble to there, the top kick to there, the main kick to there. So it's good if you have a kick bass bus. So you can always apply some, filtering, for example, as I'm doing right now. Should be something like this. And now we can work on the rolling bass line, the main bass line for our drop. So let's go to the pack again. Let's clone this one. I'm gonna send the rolling bass line also maybe to here. So we can just keep grouping them as well. I'm gonna send it also the kick bass bus. So the filter of the kick bass can apply to the rolling bass as well with this way. And now let's search for some, this time plucky sound that I can use for a rolling bass line. Maybe it's best if I quickly write the MIDI first. For rolling bass lines, I like to give an empty space for the kick hit, so I don't go for 4 basses. I only go for 3 MIDI notes. Maybe this one can work. I think we can use this sound. I'm really enjoying, but probably it's best if we just saturate it a little bit. And even don't be afraid to use sound goodizer in this kind of sounds. It's totally transforming the sound. It's something next level. And also, yeah, let's don't forget to cut the weird sub frequencies since we are using a rumble as our main sub bass. So I'm gonna do like a puzzle. I cut the rumble around 100 Hz and I'm gonna start my rolling bass line around the same frequencies. I'm gonna quickly sidechain it like that. And sometimes I do something like that. I put the LFO tool if I have a rolling bass line, and I like to individually make the volumes for each bass hit. So in the first part, I don't have any hit. And in the second part, because it's going to kind of overlay with the kick, maybe I can just lower the second hit a little bit. So this little trick actually adding so much to the overall groove. Let's take a look how it sounds with the rest of the elements. And we can go to the drop lead now. Again, we are searching for some plucky synth sound. Not that much plucky as the break one. But yeah, some similar vibe sound like that. Let's send the Vital to its own channel. Let's call it lead. And just before I start, I can just cut the low frequencies so we can just test the lead while we are listening to drop. And I'm gonna quickly put a sidechain. Let's go to famous for Vital pack again, and I'm gonna go to the lead sounds this time. I think I'm gonna use this latency preset. Let's go to its piano roll. Let's quickly process the sound. I'm gonna give a ping-pong delay to it. And I'm gonna apply the fruity peak controller trick. So we can just link it as inverted. And we can just duck the FX when the leads are playing, which is going to give us more clean mix down. And I'm gonna just duplicate the leads like that and maybe everything. So this is the question lead and we need the answer lead as well. So probably it's okay to write it inside of the same pattern. Maybe I can quickly duplicate the channel. Let's call it lead 2. Maybe we don't even need the peak controller for this sound. One of the best sounds. I already made it favorite. So now we are going to write the counter melody. So it's approximately some counter melody like that, but we are going to need to filter this one. Maybe I can use the internal filter. Let's create an automation for the internal filter and we are going to just filter this one in like that. And other than that, as I remember, we have the bass, some bass FX sound in the second answer lead. Let's fill this part as well. So we got the question in here and the second lead is giving an answer to it. We got another question and the next answer is going to be this bass shot, kind of not bass shot, but the sustained bass sound. And let's clone this one, send it to the next channel. We can call it bass FX or bass lead to be more accurate. I'm gonna cut the loss again. Probably we can use this sound. It's pretty gritty. And again, I'm gonna use the internal filter. Let's create automation clip for that. And we are gonna do the same thing actually. We are gonna filter this one in. Yeah, probably I'm gonna use the second lead as 1 octave down. So the synth work is basically like that. We got 2 different lead sounds, and one of them is the main question sound. It's asking the question 4 times in the drop, and we got 1 answer and we got a new answer for the second question. So now we are going to fill the track with the background sounds, the bass shots, the synth shots. So one of the sounds in the track was the Rave Stab. I find this sample from the SPLICE. So probably we can just take some portion of it and use one of the main step sounds in the track. Maybe I can just get this part. As I remember, let's make sure the key. It was something like that. And as I remember in the track, we got the same steps as our drop fill. So it was something like that. Let's make this one unique and make it G again. I'm gonna send this sound to their own channel. Let's cut the lows. And I like to give it some reverb, so it glues better with the mix. And probably we can quickly layer it with a snare. I'm gonna sidechain the steps, but let's create the sidechain automation, because when we have the fill part, we probably don't need to sidechain the step sound. So I'm gonna do something like that. And I brought another bass shots from the Maddix sample pack. Let me try to send it to the steps. Because the processing wise, it's going to be really similar with the step sound. Probably we can just use it somewhere around here as in the original track. So now it's all about the filling the track. The original track got the crowd noise, so I'm just brought some of the crowd noise that I have. I'm gonna just place it like that. And let's don't forget to put the drums. So you can always spend more time on finding the, best sounding drum in the track. I'm gonna be quick, not to lose time, and just use this Maddix hi-hats. And I'm gonna cut the lows and maybe just give a little bit of saturation to the hi-hats. And of course some reverb to glue the hi-hats better with the track. And in the last part of the drop, we are going to need some claps. So we can try to give some stereo delay to the claps. And I'm gonna put some sweep sounds. Let's place them in the beginning of the drop. And I have these claps. So Maddix always use this kind of claps as the ear candies, as the fills. And I like to quickly make some build up. We can connect the break to the drop. So original track got a build up with some LFO bass, LFO FX in it. So it probably take much more time to make the similar sounding build up. But instead I'm just gonna try some of the sounds in the pack and come up with something cool. So first I'm writing the snares. We can just loop the Reese Bass like that. And if I choose all and click Ctrl G, I can merge the channels. And now I can just write only one line. Maybe we put this one as well to here. Yeah, probably all I'm gonna do is add a riser from the pack. Let's go for it. Let's clone this one. Because in the pack, we got tons of risers, sound effects, and even sequencers. Let's search as riser. So we have two of the risers here. Even luckily this one got the LFO thing going on already inside. So let's definitely use this sound. I'm putting it probably like that. So let's fix the length. And also to glue the track better, we can put my patch, the washout patch in the master. Let's activate it and create automation clip. So we can just exaggerate it a little bit like that. yeah, it sounds really proper. I'm just gonna search one more riser to fill a little bit more space. And after that, we are probably done making the track. Let's go check. Yeah, as you see, we have tons of sound effects in here. I'm definitely going to use it, but in the second part probably. And yeah, now it's time to take a look how it sounds. So yeah guys, today I made a track similar to Maddix Trill track. And for that I use only Vital, the famous for Vital pack from Rocket Powered Sound. If you use the link in the description, you can get the pack for 30% of discount. Now I'm gonna play the final track for you. Today that was it guys. I hope you can apply this to your own productions too. See you on the next video. Bye bye.